Hello. I'm going to talk to you about some games I have. Let me try that again. First of all is Halo Combat Evolved. I have so many good times with this one right here. I played this all the gosh darn time. Master Chief is so fucking cool. You fucking kill aliens, fight alien zombies called the Flood, and in general kick ass. It's so much fun. I'm not too fond of some of the levels, but overall, really good game. Now, you know what's better than Combat Evolve? Halo fucking 2, baby! This one is like Halo, but if it's fucking cooler, because dual wielding. I fucking love dual wielding, especially the Needlers. Love it. Love it to death. In this game, you could also play as the Arbiter, which is an alien that you get to play as from the elite race. I don't remember what the races that they're actually called, but the humans dub them the elites. And the elites, or at least specifically the Arbiter, has to keep kind of like not the peace. Whatever. The Arbiter is cool as fuck. In the beginning of the game, you just see him like lose his honor because he fucked up really bad. AKA Master Chief did his thing, and it was kind of his fault because he was the one in charge. So he's stripped of his titles, he's given another opportunity to make things right, quote unquote. And my favorite fucking levels in this game, personally speaking, is the ones you get to play with him. So my favorite of all level that you get to do in this game is so there's some flood levels. I dub them the flood levels because any levels that do with the flood, I just dub it the flood levels. So there's a mission you have to do as the Arbiter in your team to kill the heretic who is spouting a lot of nonsense to them that is dangerous. So you go in, you try to take down this rebel cause, essentially, that's in a very infected flood area, which is really cool and fun. The Arbiter can go invisible temporary, so you get to stealth your way a little bit, but it's really fun just to go in and fucking slaughter everything. But there's some sections I like, not the initial levels of this little story arc. Near the end, that's when I start doing the stealth, running past a bunch of zombies, but that's besides the point. So when you run across the heretic guy, you initially try to kill him, and then he escapes. Then the guilty spark, which has been telling him a bunch of information, gets taken in. You have to go find him. So that leads into a further view running through everything. And this area is still heavily flood infested. It is absolutely fucking everywhere. So you and your team get further into the place. Well, not further into place. You chase them down. You can even get some cool vehicle sections. What I mean by vehicle sections, I mean you get to fly in the fucking Banshee and try to keep the Phantoms alive. Then you get to another section. I can't remember off the top of my head how these part of the begins, but my favorite moment is with the space station you're at. You can cut all the support beams and the fucking thing goes into free-for-all. And I love that little spot because I like it when you cut all of the support beams, and just for a second, when the place truly starts falling, you float up. And I think it's quite fun to time it just right so you can jump from where you're at and go to the elevator that's in the middle of the room. And when you time it just right, you get extra jump and you go up real high and then you go down. It's really fun. I really like doing that. I like to replay this level just for that moment when I was really playing this. It's just, I don't know, just that moment was just really fun to me. But yeah. I'm gonna talk about another game that I really enjoyed. I never beat this one. The Insomniac, it's not Sonic, Spider-Man, the Insomniac Spider-Man games. This game, I really enjoy. Just kind of like to swing around. I don't really like focus on the mission. I just like to like run around like a sandbox kind of. No, it's not sandbox, but I just like to run around, fuck around, and just kill any guys I see. Try to do some of the like quick time events that kind of like pop up, and I kind of suck at some of them. But that's besides the point. That's besides the point. But yeah, no, I like to just like fuck around, climb to the highest point in the city, and then jump down. I think the furthest I ever got when I played this back in the day was like, I want to say the Mysterio? I want to say it's Mysterio. Where I think that's the Spider-Man guy with a fishbowl head. Masters of Illusion. I think that's Mysterio. Whatever, that guy. I think you get the gifs that I'm trying to say. Where he's like taking over like the town, you have to like go and like destroy him. That's the furthest I've ever gotten, and I'm not even sure if that is technically the furthest I got. And it's been so long, I don't remember. But I do remember playing this game and just traveling all across the city and finding every neat little space. It felt very fleshed out for the time, and I really enjoyed that. So that's when they made the newer games kind of cool. It captures that kind of feel. But I don't have much more to say about this one because I don't quite frankly remember a lot of it. I think the Doc Ock thing kicked my ass a lot back in the day. Now, Star Wars Battlefront. This is a fun multiplayer game. Oh, I dropped it. I dropped it. Now this is a fun multiplayer game. I played this a lot with my family. Very silly. Not silly. I was pretty silly in this. There's so many times where I just start a match with the CPU and I just wanted to explore the map, so we would lose a lot because I just wanted to look at everything, because like the battlefronts you're at is very big and spacious, and I like just nosing around and being silly. But yeah, and I loved playing as the Rolly robots. I don't remember what they're fucking called. The ones that rolls around and they have the fucking bubble shield and they go brum, 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 brum. They're really fun to play as. I also liked playing as any creature that could technically quote unquote fly or have the jetpack. Loved that. The clones with that were fucking fun. I was never that good with them. But it doesn't take much to entertain me. Now, I always do find that, like, if you did really well on them, like, in the match, you could respawn as a special character. That could be either a Jedi or, like, someone like Han Solo, and you get to run around and do shit. One of the ones I remember, like, the maps was on the Death Star, and it was pretty neat. Maybe that was in, like, Battlefront 2. I can't quite remember. They kind of, like, blend together in my brain. And I do have Battlefront 2 on Steam. I haven't played a lot of it because when I initially bought it, I didn't realize you can hook up your controller. And at the time, I'm like, no, I will not play keyboard, even though keyboard's not that bad. I was just really stubborn. Maybe I'll try the PC version again. I still have the old, like, Battlefront CDs that I got back in the day when I was a kid, and oh boy. They're mostly functional. So, you know, they're not scratched up too bad. But me and my brother played this a lot, and it was good. A lot of just running around and either winning or losing. We really weren't that good. But I do love I think this is Battlefront 2, where like you could play as like these bug alien things that have like the gun that goes. I don't know what they're. I can't recreate the sound effect, but oh my God, I loved playing as that thing, even though that weapon sucked ass because I liked that fucking noise. That noise was just lodged into my brain. I didn't like playing that map too much though. I always sucked at playing like the big vehicles that would like spawn on that map, but it is what it is. Still, would recommend these old Battlefronts, unlike what fucking... Hang on. But I would recommend playing these games and not the newer EA ones. I still cannot get over how EA really fucked over this series. I mean, I can't... You know what it is, the whole situation with Battlefront and how bad the microtransactions is. Like, holy shit. It was bad. But it is what it is. But we'll get to start talking about another game that I liked. Now, I was mostly an Xbox connoisseur, but I had one PlayStation. I had the PlayStation 1 back in the day, and I didn't have very many games, and Spyro here is one of the games I did have. I had Spyro 1, and I fucking love Spyro. I got like the Reunited trilogy. It is great. Sorry about that. VRChat crashed. Oh my God, that was the first time it crashed on me while recording. Luckily, the record was fine. But anyways, after I was rudely interrupted. So Spyro 1, I used to play Spyro 1 a ton too. Funny enough, I was not that good at Spyro. One of my older siblings was way better at it, could actually beat the game, and I couldn't. But I loved this. It was really fun. I don't think I never 100% completed as a kid, obviously. I never even got to like Nasty Nord's like treasure back in the day. But so much fun, like even with the remaster, just to run around everything and just, I don't know, just vibe in the environment. I think you could tell that I very much like just having a game just to run around and look at everything. It's nice to have a game that you could just pick up and just kind of like exist and just look at the scenery and just kind of vibe. I love games that have like a nice feel, like the controls, and Spyro has such a good feel of like controls to run around as them. Very good, very responsive. Too bad I wasn't that good. But hang on. But there's a very unfortunate thing when it comes down to Spyro. I like the games a lot. But, oh my God, does some things not age... I shouldn't say some things, there's a lot of things that did not age well in Spyro. And that is, a lot of the character designs are very much of the times. And a little bit racist. Some of the character designs for the enemy types are very racist. The remaster tries to fix this problem, but there's only so much they can really do about that. Uh, the first game, just some of the levels, especially in like off the top of my head, it's like a lot of the early on levels, like in the canyon, whatever the Battle Canyon home world is. That has a lot. Then I want to say, I don't think the Dreamweavers had anything that I'm thinking of. Maybe it does. I don't know. There's just a lot. Like the game, but it's it's one of those things. Once you like play it again, you're like, oh, that's not great. Enjoyable game, but like can't ignore that. That being said, I do have a good time playing Spyro. I enjoyed the game a lot. It was really fun. I 100% completed Spyro, got all of the achievements and everything through the remastered. On PlayStation, I got like everything, just fucking everything. Got it all again on Steam, so maybe eventually I'll 100% complete everything again, but taking my time on that one. I almost forgot. I wanted to ramble about a couple other PlayStation games I had. So this is a silly game that I played a lot. That it's not here, so I can't show it off. But the Pac-Man Museum. I had a copy of the Pac-Man Museum growing up, and I played that also a lot. Again, it has that exploration element of they can wander through the exhibits, and it was always interesting because you get a little bit of fun facts about everything. But the biggest thing is within the Pac-Man Museum, you can play each individual games, and that was my main place that would play Galaga. I would go in onto the Pac-Man Museum, wander around, and then I would go to the Galaga section, and I would play the shit out of Galaga. I still got good Galaga skills, because I'll play with some people, and they're okay at Galaga. Then I will come in, I'm like, I got this shit still ingrained in my brain, for the patterns, and I'll just go and just do some shit, and I get pretty alright. Probably nothing like anybody who actively plays the game a lot, but for somebody who doesn't play it too often, I think I did pretty good. Now, the DS, I had a DS growing up. I don't remember what the first game was specifically. I want to say it was Pokemon Pearl, because I remember being so excited to play Pokemon Pearl. And I had no idea how the Pokemon game was played at that point. I didn't know how the PCs worked. I didn't even know what a PC looked like in there. So imagine me catching a bunch of Pokemon, then realizing I didn't know how to swap the Pokemon out. And I had a Chimchar. I'm stupid. I had a Chimchar named Flamer that was like my go-to guy, fucking wiping out everything, over leveled as hell, and the rest of like my party was the level that I caught them at without any idea of how to swap like to the PC to get the Pokemon I really wanted. I think what made me forcibly try to figure that out was eventually getting my ass kicked at like a gym that I had a type disadvantage with Chimchar. I think he actually evolved into Montfernape that time when I got my ass kicked. And a bunch of like level 5 guys. Needless to say, I did not do too well. I eventually got the hang of it, but oh my god, I was a silly kid, so the first Pokemon game I played, it was a learning curve. I would put down the game, pick it up, and then completely forgot what I was supposed to be doing, so I would just be wandering around forever, not knowing what the fuck I was supposed to be doing, because I forgot what it was. Oh my god, there's so many times in that game I just completely forgot what I was supposed to do and go, I'll figure it out eventually, right? I'll run around and eventually I'll stumble into what I'm supposed to do. And this was like early on of like, it was like the early 2000s, and I was a dumb kid who did not know how the internet worked. So I didn't think about even going to Google and asking what to do at this point. So I was just trying to like go through it because it didn't dawn on me that I could just Google like a walkthrough at that time. I just was like, well, I'll figure it out. Took me way too long. Well, it took me way too long to beat that game. But good memories, good memories. My brother would play this a lot, and he got the opposite copy, so he got Diamond. So we were able to trade like the exclusives to each other. But yeah, the Pokemon's good. I had like a lot of other games. I had Sonic Rush. I loved Sonic Rush. I lost Sonic Rush twice. First time it got stolen. Somebody at my school took it because they knew I had my DS there because I was a dumb kid and I bragged about, yeah, I brought my DS today so I could play it while waiting to be picked up, and somebody took it when it was in my backpack and never got it back. Then the second time, I'm pretty sure I lost it in a car or something because I would take a game out, put it somewhere going, yeah, I'm gonna remember this, and then swap it with a different game. And oops, I lost it. Or alternatively, it could have been me going, oh, let me take the game out. Oh god, I dropped it and now it's forever lost in the cushions of the car. And then I would just have to fucking deal with that, and then I just never see the game again. Maybe I'll get lucky and I might run across the game, but most of the time, nah, it was a lost cause the moment it went into the seat. I had a lot of games. I think I had Mario and Sonic for like at the Olympic Games on the DS. You know, that's not as good as the Wii version. The original Wii version is always peak in my brain. I've bought Mario and Sonic titles like I want to say recently, but that's like before 2020, the last time I bought, and it's just not as good. It's just not as good. The motion controls just made it good and fun, and it's just not as engaging, so I don't really care. It's in my brain that it has to be motion control. If you don't have the motion control, what's the point? Especially if I want to play like table tennis. Like I need the nunchucks in the Wiimote to fucking hit things. What do you mean? But oh yeah, that doesn't. But yeah, that's the end of this. I hope you enjoyed this video of me talking about my games I played as a kid. I hope you have a great and wonderful night. Bye-bye.